every man upon this earth death cometh soon or late. And how can man die better than facing fearful odds for the ashes of his father and the temples of the gods? My name is Winston Churchill, young Winston Churchill, and I was born in Blenheim Palace in 1874. It has over 187 rooms. Imagine all this space, but no one to play with, and it lies on 2,000 acres. My father, Lord Randolph, he's always so busy doing government duties. And my mother, Jenny, she's an American. She's always going to dinner parties and parties, really. Thank goodness I have my nanny, Miss Elizabeth Everest. Did I call her Woo-Many? She tugs me up in bed, and when I fall over, she makes all the pain go away. And I love her so much. She's the closest thing I can get to a mother. And when I go in the garden, I love my little army. I dig up the earth, and I make trenches, and I make up battles. One day I might be in the army, or maybe be an artist, or maybe even be a prime minister. Who knows? When I'm older, I'll tell you. I might even have famous victories. Success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts. If you're going through hell, keep going. Everyone has his day, and some days are longer than others. In 1893, I spent 15 wonderful months at the Royal Military Academy of Sandhurst. It took me a couple of times to get in, but I kept going, and finally I got through. I learned how to ride on horseback and lead my soldiers to battle, but I wanted to see real battles. Then I was a lieutenant, and I rode on horseback. In 1895, my father passed away, and that same year, my nanny, Miss Everest, went. My heart was shattered. I sat by her bedside until she was gone. My career was beginning, but her life was ending. In 1895, I went to Cuba for the War of Independence for the Daily Graphic newspaper. I talked about my adventures in the war, and in my spare time, I read books. Here, I learned to love Cuban cigars. After Cuba, I took my regiment to Bangalore in India, and that's where I went to the Boer War. But in 1899, I was made a prisoner in Pretoria. But I escaped through a bathroom window, and I returned to London. And I was a war hero. Everyone had heard my story. I was the greatest thing. In 1901, I had my seat in Parliament, and Queen Victoria died. I served under her son, King Edward VII. I love speaking in public. My speeches were a success. It gave people a hope in the darkest times. I switched from the Conservative to the Liberal Party, and I wanted to help the working class and poor. In 1908, I married Clementine, sweet Clementine. At first, I thought she didn't like me, but she did. We had 5 children. It was the wonderfulest time ever. I called her Cat, and she called me Pug, and we wrote love letters to each other. In 1910, I was Secretary of Great Britain, and I will serve my country well.